So before we get underway, I'd really appreciate if you could go and check out my second channel called FNGX. I'll be doing a reserves career mode on there, as well as some Let's Plays and other random games, so go and check it out. Link in the description and on the screen. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Hello there guys and welcome, it's Niran here, and today it is time for another episode of our FIFA 14 Aston Villa career mode series. This is episode number 46 today. Of course, last episode we played two pretty tough games as it turned out. First of all against Wigan in the Barclays Premier League, we ended up winning that one 2-1, but it ended up being a lot more difficult than it really needed to be. And then we played Manchester City in the Barclays Premier League and drew, which now means we only have a 1-point lead in the Championship over Chelsea, or in the Premier League even, not in the Championship. But nevertheless, here are the games we'll be playing today. You can see the calendar. We're playing Fulham a lot in the Cup this month, in the FA Cup and then twice in the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup. The other game in today's episode is against Stoke in the Barclays Premier League. As you can see, at the end of, well, it was meant to be the end of the last episode, but I couldn't really fit it in. So I put it in the end, at the start of this episode, and this is Barcelona offering Clement Grenier offering me a bid for Clement Grenier, and I put a counter offer of 65 million. I know that's a ridiculous amount, but I really don't want to sell him. If I do, then I'd like to sell him for a lot of money, so I can buy a lot of depth as well as a player to replace him. As you can see here, just going through the squad report, you'll have seen those in the background. Backley up 3 there, as well as Juricic up 3 and Benteke. Grenier making a lot of progress as well. He's now up to 83 stat there. Max Meyer up to 69 as well. He's gone up 2. Bruma, though, a little bit disappointing. Still on 76 from the start of the season. Lacazette, of course, we only signed in January, so I wouldn't expect him to make a huge amount of progress there. Same for Clark and Zogbia, not getting much in terms of progress there. Ignatovic up 3, Longo up 2, and Dwyer up 3 as well to 67. As a 17-year-old, he looks like a pretty damn decent good player for the future. You can see Romagnoli there and Seagrass both up 1 themselves. Roder up there 2 to 79. Bakuna up 2 to 74. And we've got the likes of Ender Stevens here. Gary Gardner, despite not playing very much at all, is up 3 stats so far this season. Kyriakos Papadopoulos, another one who maybe I would have expected to go up a few stats there. Mason Bennett looking quite good, up to 68 there. Of course, he's only, I think, 18 years of age. Grealish up 3 now to 69 as well. So Grealish, Bennett there, and Jordan Graham, as you can see, looking like the players we'll probably bring back from loan and do something with. As you can see, though, we're about to get into the first game of this episode, and this is against Stoke City in the Barclays Premier League. Now, I've found Stoke pretty difficult to play against in the past. We only played them very recently, actually, in the Barclays Premier League, and Cameron Jerome absolutely annihilated us. A new one, basically. We managed to win the game, but it was very, very difficult. Here you can see the squad that I'm putting out there. Zila, Klein, Papadopoulos, Vlaar, and Lowton, with Grenier, Westwood coming into the side to replace Roder, Bruma also coming in to replace Backley there alongside Juricic, with Benteke up front, and the usual suspects on the bench like Baker and all those sorts of shenanigans, Romagnoli and the such like. But as you can see here, coming out onto the park here, Villa Park there, is Ron Robert Zila leading us out. No, Ron Vlaar leading us out. I was about to say, why would Ron Robert Zila be leading us out? But still, as you could see, the first chance of the game fell to Stoke there. Ron Robert Zila having to punch out a really good cross there from Breckshay, and the header back in was thankfully cleared. Again, down the left-hand side though, Breckshay putting it in for Charlie Adam. A nice little turn, finds the space, and finds the net in the 7th minute. I wasn't really happy with this goal as it went in because our defence went to sleep. Ron Robert Zila, you know, in reality probably could have done a lot better. It wasn't exactly in the corner, as you could see better from this angle. I skipped it. Sorry, I apologise. I was quite mad at the time, as you can probably imagine. But going into the 24th minute, nothing really happened. Bruma, though, set away, and the rebound falling to Benteke. And yet again, as like in the reverse fixture, Jack Butland in the Stoke goal getting very unlucky, making a brilliant save from Bruma, but it falls there for the poacher, the Belgian beast of a man, Christian Benteke. A nice little half volley there from Bruma after the nice ball over the top. I think that was from Juricic, I'm not entirely sure. We're moving on to the 39th minute, a nice strike there, I think, from Fabian Dell, forcing a good save from Jack Butland. And right on the edge of the half-time, we thought we'd scored, but Christian Benteke was just about offside. Stoke, they're going forward in the second half there. Charlie Adam putting a ball in towards Cameron Jerome. Thankfully, it sat up very easily there for Ron Robert Zila. Benteke, though, one of very few times he actually managed to get through the defence as opposed to scoring random goals. But here we go again, and this time he would put it in the 80th minute there. Again, literally twice. Those last 2 highlights you saw, they're the only times Benteke was actually able to get behind the Stoke goal. The first time he didn't manage to do a very good job of it. This time, though, he was clinical. That nice little outside of the boot finish, nothing Butland can do. And that made it 2-1. The comeback was complete in the 80th minute, and that is how it would stay there, winning the game against Stoke. Again, another very difficult game where it didn't really need to be, but a brace from Benteke there after the scare from Charlie Adam there and Stoke. Meaning we do get the 2-1 win. Here the ratings, though, Christian Benteke unsurprisingly getting a man of the match with 8.3. A good rating there for Westwood as well with a 7.7, as well as Delph with a 7.4. Klein with a 7.1 and Ron Vlaar with a 7.5. Bad ratings there for Roder and Gardner. That's because they came on as substitutes, and that always happens, unfortunately. As you can see there, confirmation, though, of Graham Burke being sold to Middlesbrough, and Barcelona not very happy with the price tag we put on Clement Grenier. They're not going to pursue him, but now I'm going to go ahead and make some bids for some fullbacks, because this is the position I really need to strengthen. First of all, we're going to look at the Swiss fullback, the Swiss left back here from Wolfsburg, being Ricardo Rodriguez, offering Wolfsburg $6.5 million there for him. We've now got Matteo De Cilio, a bit more of a senior player, someone who has a little bit more prestige playing for AC Milan there, the 22-year-old right back. 4.8 million he's valued at, but we offered him 6 million there for AC Milan. And we've got Thomas Callas. For some reason, I couldn't actually send an inquiry to Chelsea about Thomas Callas. I don't know why, so we just offered 3.5 million for him. Another one of you guys' suggestions. And then finally, Alexandro here, rated £5 million by the club, so we went ahead and offered £5 million to Porto. Pretty cheap, because I'm pretty sure he's above 80 stats, so that's not much for him. And then finally, Alberto Moreno, couldn't inquire for him either for some reason. The young Sevilla left-back looks very promising, a bit like a new Jordi Alba. The Sevilla left-back, though, we offer £3 million for him. Just confirmation now, we have sold Charles Nzogbia to Arsenal for $4.4 million. We'll be getting $3.7 million of that into the transfer budget. To be honest, we don't really need Charles Nzogbia, and we do need some depth, of which we might actually play. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into the transfer kitty and actually do some stuff with that. As you can see there, Juan Aguilar, I think that was of Spain. Finally, we've got someone we can actually put in our youth academy. The other three were useless, but finally, out in Spain, our youth scout has brought us something back. That now means we have 2 players in the youth academy. Huzzah! But now it is time to play Fulham, and as you guys may know, I absolutely despise playing Fulham. Them and Newcastle and West Ham. For some reason, they are horrendously overpowered in this game. Fulham especially. This is the side we're putting out, of course, is the FA Cup, so a few players coming into the side, mainly Ake and Romagnoli there at the centre of defence. Maya coming into the side there, and Lacazette as well, with a few young players like Ignatovic and Dwyer there on the bench. And Neil Maupay, I think, as well, the Frenchman from that we bought from OGC Nice. So a bit of a younger team, a bit more of a reserve-y type team. Getting for Pete's sake, getting my words all mixed up there. But in the 7th minute, Backley stealing the ball from Sendros. Nice little Ronaldo chop inside, but forcing the save there. Roda got onto it, made a nice little turn past Eric Boateng. Shot, but it was well wide in the end, unfortunately. Backley, though, went forward again down this right-hand side, beating Sandros there for pace, cut it back, but a bit of a tame header in the end for Benteke and an easy save for Martin Stecklenburg. But this really annoyed me. Kaka Niklic out-strengthening Nathaniel Klein, putting the ball in, and we all know how OP headers are on this game. Dimitar Berbatov with a nice header. Brilliant cross, it has to be said, in from the Swede Alexander Kaka Niklic. Of course, an ex-Liverpool player, really wish we'd kept him now. But that made it 1-0 to Fulham. We were behind here in this FA Cup round. I think this was the 5th round of the FA Cup, so we haven't exactly got far either. Fulham there, a nice little reverse pass though there, I think that was from Berbatov, setting in Kaka Niklic, a brilliant save though from Ronaldo Vazila, and Maya was able to clear it away, but Vazila would not be able to recreate the godliness that he performed a few moments before, because right after half-time, Patin Kasami this time with the header yet again, a ball into the box, clearly the only way Fulham know how to score goals. You know, I thought I was playing an Ultimate Team match by this point, because we're now 2-0 behind, 2 goals behind due to headers, and to be honest, I was fed up of this, so I got in on the act, to be honest. And Christian Benteke there, 3 minutes after Kasami made it 2-0, getting a goal back. To be honest, that was a really AIDSy goal, probably even worse than the goals Fulham scored. It was headed away, Lowton managed to win the header, somehow put it right back across the box, and Benteke won it. Not going to complain though, because it was a goal for us, but then that meant that we'd have 3 goals, all scored by headers. You know it's a FIFA 14 match when that's happening. Another brilliant save though from Ronaldo Vazila, denying Scott Parker after a nice ball through from Kaka Niklic, who was really running the game out on that wing. Roda there with a strike again, a brilliant save though this time from Martin Stecklenburg. But this really annoyed me. How Luis Muriel, like, you guys know who Luis Muriel is, right? The guy that Cal Freezy sort of brought to the scene a few years ago. This guy has no strength at all, from what I know, from what I've heard. And he managed to outstrength Alessio Romagnoli as if he wasn't there, turn him and blast it into the bottom corner. Nothing wrong Robazila could do, but they've restored their 2-goal lead. We were now 3-1 behind, basically out of the FA Cup. But surely not. Surely not. Lacazette puts the ball in, Backley nods it back across the goal, and Benteke is there to nod it in yet again to give us just a thin slice of possible saviour from the big Belgian beast that is Christian Benteke. Backley, I don't know how Backley won the header. I don't even know how Benteke won that header either. That made it 3-2, but Fulham instantly went forward again. De Jager trying to go for the sweaty. But yet again, Zila saving the day. And as we had 3 men over for a counter-attack, unfortunately the whistle was blown to make it 3-2 to Fulham. A little bit disappointing, because I think we deserved to win the game. We had 4 more shots than them and 2 more shots on target as well. Christian Benteke also getting man of the match there with an 8.8 rating. Decent rating as well there for Maya. Great rating as well for Backley. But Lowton and Klein... Well, actually, no. Lowton was fine. Klein was goddamn awful. So we're definitely going to have to go for a new fullback in this transfer window, because Klein just does not know how to defend at all. Unfortunately, we had two transfer offers unacceptable, from Sevilla and Porto being Alberto Moreno, but they put a pretty respectable transfer tag on Alberto Moreno, of only $500,000 more. So we went ahead and put 3.5 million on for him. Ricardo Rodriguez, though, the transfer offer was actually accepted by Wolfsburg. We'll assess our options, though, next episode, see if we can get any other fullbacks for a little bit cheaper or a little bit better fullbacks. We'll just see how that one goes before making a contract offer for him. Again, leave your suggestions as who I should buy out of those fullbacks, and in general, any positions you would like to see, whether they have been scouted by myself or not. Nevertheless, myself, well, being Aston Villa and Chelsea are still top of the table. We still have a 1-point lead over them. And it's Manchester City and Manchester United running out top 4. In front of Liverpool, Spurs and West Ham there. Arsenal in 8th place. Another bad start to the season for them. Wigan there 17th, just outside the relegation zone, in front of Reading, Hull and Leicester. But nevertheless, hope you really enjoyed this episode of the Aston Villa Career Mode. Like and subscribe if you did. Comment about enjoying it if you enjoyed it that much. Don't forget to check out my second channel, and also leave your suggestions on players to buy out of the fullbacks and your suggestions overall. Nevertheless, I hope you have a brilliant day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.